No, it's not a Cummins powered push mower. Hopefully, it's a whopping 5.5 horse torques of sorghum chopping goodness. Let's find out. Well, I couldn't demonstrate it one-handed because I forgot to bring a clamp to defeat the safety cable thing. So I had to have one hand on that and one hand feeding. And it's a failure because it does not have an anvil. It doesn't have an anvil, and I knew this, but I had to see it for myself. Now, the way that I made it, I can pop that tube out. It's not even tack welded, it's just hammered in. I can pop that tube out, bend the flaps back down, and weld the deck back up. So, not that I care. You can see here that the tube extends just above the blades, but the blades have, you know, the typical little lift wing on it. So I couldn't get the blade down too close, or that wing would hit, which actually there's some evidence that it did. But what it makes is a powder. That's just too fine. I think it's too fine. The butt end just gets smeared around and shredded. It probably would ferment pretty well because the cellulose and fibers are so fine. You could compact it till there's no air. But I don't know how well the animals would like that consistency. I mean, you typically see silage chunks about 1 inch long. So I guess it's back to the drawing board. Decide whether I want to modify the blade, make an anvil. I do have a wood chipper, PTO wood chipper. The idea was that if the wood chipper's on the tractor, then the tractor can't do anything else, and that's kind of a problem. So I was hoping that I could, and then the other end of it is the wood chipper just drops it on the ground, so then you got to shovel it up. I was thinking, man, with a bagger, if this thing can feed and bag, and then I just take the bag and I dump it in the drum, but it really didn't blow hardly anything in there. If all it's going to do is dump it on the ground, then it's no better than the wood chipper. In fact, it's inferior to my PTO wood chipper. So yeah, so maybe the concept now should switch over to a conveyor, which I've got 2 treadmills. I'm trying to eliminate steps. If I've got to round it all up by hand, run it through a wood chipper by hand, pick it up off the ground by hand, put it in a barrel, pack it with my feet, that's a lot of steps. You know, the progress I'm trying to make here is removing a step here and a step there, streamlining things. But it's not making the product that I want. If it was making the product I want, I would consider moving forward. But since it's not, I'm just going to park it. And this isn't a mower that matter of fact, I've almost sold this mower because I've got such a better one. I kind of just let it sit around as a backup, and it smokes and blows oil. So I think it was a worthy science experiment. Let me know what you think in the comments below.